Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about how to write a song. Before I begin talking about songwriting, please know that this information is based purely on my methods and experience and the experience of other songwriters. You may have a different songwriting process, and you may agree or you may disagree with what I'm about to share. I'm going to take you through the songwriting process step by step, covering the musical to lyrical aspects from an already begun idea or from a blank slate. I will also talk about writing lyrics and the time and effort needed for your song. At the end of each point that I talk about, I will choose my own preference of the aspect we're talking about and write a song based on the formula I've chosen as an example. I will also have a printout available of the formula or basic construction for writing a song that I use. Before I begin, I want to define the words chord and chord progression. A chord is a series of notes that make up a sound. For example, the C chord. And a chord progression. A chord progression is a set of chords that are played throughout each section of the song. For example, C, F, and G. Usually, the first thing you decide when writing a song is if it's going to be musical or lyrical, or are you going to start from scratch? What I mean by that is the song you're creating going to be based around the music you make, have a thought-out melody or chord progression, or is it going to be based around meaningful lyrics that create an image or story in the listener's mind? Or you can start from scratch, of which I'm going to do for my song. When you create music for your song, there are three basic parts or questions you should ask when you're starting. What is the genre and mood going to be? What instruments and sounds are you going to use to portray that genre and mood you've chosen? And what is the format or construction of your song going to be? Genre and mood. What are you feeling right now? Are you happy, sad, bored, or excited? If you're happy, you'll probably naturally use some major chord progression, such as the C, F, and G. Or if you're sad, you might start off with some minor chord progression. For example, D, A minor, C, and G. If you don't know what you're feeling, you may ask yourself what you want the listener to feel. Do you want to make someone feel happy, sad, bored, or excited? Rock, classical, and jazz are just a few of many genres possible to form your song around. You should pick your favorite genre as a base for your song. I'm going to choose the mood as happy and the genre as acoustic pop for my song. Instruments and sounds. What instruments and sounds will you use to convey the mood of the song you're making? You may play guitar, piano, drums, bass, or a variety of other instruments. Typically, songs are guitar or piano based. To my ear, guitar is generally the happier sounding instrument, while the piano conveys more feeling or emotion from its sound. You may start out a song using piano and have guitar as an accompaniment later on, or you may make up your own unique selection of instruments in your song. Some people don't realize this, but your voice is also an instrument and can be added to a song to bring depth and meaning. Your style of singing may be pop, country, or maybe even opera. It depends on your preference. I will use guitar, piano, and my voice for my song. Format and construction. Generally, when we're speaking of a song's format, we use the verse-chorus phrase. The verse is usually the most descriptive part, or the part that explains what the song is about, or that starts to tell a story. An optional pre-chorus can be used as a transition from the verse to the chorus. The chorus is usually the most memorable, upbeat, and intense part of the song. The bridge usually has a different chord progression, melody, and feel than the verse and chorus. My music teacher, Steve Irwin, explained songwriting like this. Writing a song is like walking out of your house not knowing where to go. You could go left or right or maybe straight. Then you'll eventually go right or left or straight or backwards again. There are an infinite amount of possibilities. There's also no set formula for the format of a song, but most popular songs today consist of a verse, a chorus, another verse, chorus again, a bridge, and then a repeat of the chorus twice. Now, in each of these sections, there's a certain chord progression. The pattern as to which these chords are played varies throughout each section. You might have heard that most songs are written with only 4 chords. This is usually true. When you are talking about a chord progression, you are in a certain key that is dependent on what chords you play. For example, the easiest key to play in is C. I will choose the typical verse-chorus format for my song and play in the key of C. Lyrics. Another important aspect of a song is the lyrics. You might want to have a deeper meaning in the words of your songs, or you may want to use common words and phrases. Lyric writing can be very difficult if you do not have inspiration or a theme to talk about. If at any point you are stuck on the lyrics for your song, you should improvise, free write about your topic, or set your instrument down and just write anything that comes to mind. Telling a story, creating an image, or describing something that are all things you can write about for your song. Everyone has a different way of writing. There is no wrong way. You may like to create vivid pictures, stories, and imagery through uncommon themes and words, or you might write in an old English style, or you may be totally different than both. Whatever your style, it is important to not be too wordy so as not to make the song seem jumbled and unorganized, but also have enough words to get across what you're trying to tell the listener. Time and effort. It depends on how polished or well worked out a song you want, but the time it takes to complete a song can vary from a few hours to a few years. A song will only take a few years to complete if you just keep a certain idea in the back of your mind and don't really sit down and work at it. So this is usually not the case. Personally, I have written and recorded certain songs with about 10 hours of work at the maximum. The time it takes to write a song flies by, so don't quit because of the time and effort you put into it. Adam Young, the musical artist behind Owl City, said, "A song is never completed but merely abandoned. There is always something different you can do to your song. The important thing is to get it to a place where you like it and finish it. Who knows, you may even write a hit single." The song I created for this project is called Wings of the Wind, which will be playing shortly, and while that's playing on the screen, I will have my formula for the genre, the instruments, and the format, and the lyrics